Good Monday morning, everyone. I hope everyone had a great weekend. The November 1st, 2021 special school board meeting of the Marion County School Board is called to order. We are the Marion County School District Leadership Team. When we come together to work, we are efficient, effective, and productive. Our three most important characteristics are dedicated, transparent, and individually responsible. To work well together, we must demonstrate respect, confront reality, and be accountable. We will always put students first, and we will leave a legacy of success. For the courtesy of those listening to the meeting, I am requesting everyone in the audience to please turn off your electronic devices or put them on vibrate. Later in the meeting, up to 30 minutes will be provided for individuals to address the board on matters concerning the operation of the Marion County school system or the school board only. If you wish to address the board regarding an agenda item or matters on which the board customarily takes action, you must first complete a peach form located on the table in the hallway. The procedures applicable for each are on a separate sheet. Madam Secretary, good morning, and please call the roll.
Mrs. Allison Campbell, District 1.
Here.
Mr. Donald Browning, District 2. Mr. Eric Cummings, District 3.
Here.
Mrs. Nancy Thrower, District 4.
Here.
Mrs. Kelly King, District 5.
Here.
Dr. Diane Gullett, Superintendent.
Here.
Mr. Jeremy Powers, School Board Attorney.
Here.
Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will now ask the school board's attorney to explain the rules governing persons who wish to address the school board this morning. Good morning, Attorney Powers.
Good morning, Chair Thrower. In compliance with Section 286.0114 of Florida statutes, the school board has adopted uniform procedures for public speakers who wish to speak at today's meeting, either regarding one of today's agenda items or a matter relating to the operations of the school district. These procedures will ensure the public has a reasonable opportunity to be heard on school board and school district matters. A written summary of these procedures is available from the table in the hallway. Public speaker forms are also located on the same table. The completed forms were due to the school board's secretary no later than 8:05 a.m. This morning, speakers will be called prior to the business portion of the school board's meeting in the order of receipt by the school board's secretary. Before you begin speaking, please state your full name and address for the record and spell your last name. Each speaker will have 5 minutes of time. However, if there are more than 5 persons who wish to speak, the board may seek consensus to limit each speaker's time to 3 minutes. When the speaker has 1 minute remaining, the speaker will receive a visual notice to complete his or her comments. Speakers may not yield their time to other people. Speakers and meeting attendees are expected to conduct themselves in a respectful manner. Therefore, verbal attacks and profanity are strictly prohibited. Pursuant to the procedures for public comment, speakers are not to identify specific individuals other than themselves or their child unless a statement is provided 24 hours in advance. Thank you for your attention to the board's requirements. Madam Chairman, that concludes my explanatory remarks.
Thank you, Attorney Powers. Ms. Martinez-Lopez, how many speakers do we have this morning?
1, Madam Chair. Mr. Chris Altabella.
All right. Looks like maybe 2.
Good morning, Chris Altabello, Altobello, 2020 Northeast 43rd Street, Ocala, Florida, 34479. Good morning, Madam Chair, Dr. Gullett, board members. I was up here the other night. I think you kind of know where I stand on this. I ask a simple question, and that is, what is the harm in extending this resolution to provide emergency COVID leave? And I'm not talking about uncompensated. I'm talking about extending what we've had in place that has helped our employees. And at the beginning of this, we were using quite a bit of it. It's my understanding from the reports that I've seen, from the dialogue that I've heard, is that cases are going down, way down. And that's a good thing. And that, to me, means that the expense which can be covered by federal dollars, is also going down. So you say to yourself, and my members say to myself, or to me, why can't we extend this? If there's no people that are forced to quarantine or that are getting sick, certainly not in the numbers that we've had, what is the harm? Because there's no expense if we don't have people out. I look at a room like this, we're still social distancing. There's not many chairs out in the hallway. That to me says that we're still mindful of what's going on out there. So why are we taking this away? When I talk to IUPAT people that drive the bus, they're still concerned. When I talk to my paras that are covering multiple classrooms every day, they're still concerned. When I talk to teachers that are in rooms that are not socially distanced, they're still concerned. So, I work in a county or in an office that serves 4 counties. 3 of those counties have extended their leave, 2 for the entire year, 1 until the end of December, and we're going to go back to them and see if we can extend it. And a couple of those we're competing with for employees. So I ask you to, you're going to do what you want. I'm sure that it's going to pass. But I ask you to just say to yourselves, we've got hundreds of vacancies out there, and this is what we're talking about? Taking away this provision? Or maybe not taking it all away, but, we're going to just do the 2 weeks of uncompensated. The message is not what our employees need to hear. So, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Mark Avery?
Good morning. My name is Mark Avery. I live at 3 Diamond Ridge Way, Ocala, Florida, 34472. That's spelled Avery, and I am the president of the Marion Education Association. I come to you this morning basically with the same theme that Mr. Altabello shared. But I want to start it with a message that your actions speak louder than words. And we've been talking about this for the last year and a half or so, that your actions, we value our employees. We think our employees are important. Yet this action says something different. What I find also disheartening about this is there was no discussion with us, for example, and my organization. And we were vital in this discussion in the beginning. As a matter of fact, the extra 5 days came from MEA and MESP. That wasn't something that the district just said, hey, we want to offer this. We asked for that. We bargained for that. And then the district said, that's a good idea. Let's apply that to everyone. Now, we've just said we're not going to do anything. And that message to the employees saying, we'll hold your position for 2 weeks if you're sick, but if you're out of time, you're also going to be out of money. And that's not the message that we should be sending to the employees who are out there every day. They're leaving in droves. I don't know how we fix this. I talk to people every day, every single day, about staying at their job. What can I do to make my life manageable? Because right now their stress and their workload to most people feel unbearable. And they need something, and this is not, I don't believe this is the right message that we should be sending to them. So I would ask that you think about something. I'm again disappointed that we did not speak about this in any way, shape, or form. Doesn't mean we can't still speak about it. But we're coming to bargaining starting this week. And I'm hoping that bargaining is going to have actions and not just be empty words. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Avery. Is that it? Thank you. May I have a motion to approve resolution number 21-10, granting the use of uncompensated leave for specified reasons directly related to the COVID-19 pandemic?
So moved.
Moved by Board Member Campbell,
Second.
seconded by Vice Chair King. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair, initially, I addressed my concern about this resolution, and I will not be voting for it. I agree that we do need to consider the staff, and we say we care about them, and it seems like we're kind of snatching the rug from them prematurely. So it's probably going to pass. I'm sure it's going to pass, but my support will not be for it.
Thank you, Board Member Cummings. Is there any further discussion? I have just a couple of thoughts. The first one is there's always fluidity to our decisions, and I said last week that just because something sunsets doesn't mean that it can't sunrise. And I think that we need to go with the data that we're currently seeing, which is incredibly encouraging. That doesn't mean that it's Katie bar the door. At this point, we are continuing to do our social distancing where we can. We are always going to encourage the layered mitigation to continue. If there's one thing that we've learned through this pandemic, is that once again, it's important to do the simple things well. We have been the model compared to many districts in terms of our support for our employees, to include, and, you know, it was, the money was budgeted, but we didn't have to do it that way, and we did. Every single employee, whether they worked or not during the shutdown, got paid. We had employees that stepped up, even though they didn't have to, which was a testament to their integrity and willingness to help shoulder the load. I feel like this is one of those situations where we're on the cusp of getting back to some normalcy. I think we've proven as a board that we really are sensitive and responsive and very caring for our employees. And speaking as one board member, should I see the need begin to reveal itself to, again, you know, rethink this resolution, I'll be all for it. And to me, this is where the fluid and flexible comes in. I feel like we've shown a tremendous amount of grace and compassion. I don't know that many other districts are doing an across-the-board $1,000 bonus. I know everyone's very excited to get that money in their pocket. When it comes from multiple funding sources, it does take time to comb through all that. I think most of us as board members have been sharing with employees that have reached out that you can expect it before Christmas. I think it's going to be sooner than that. And I can't say that I have not received one phone call about this. And truthfully, with the good relationships I feel like I've had through the years with union representatives, it would have been helpful, you know, before now and last week to get some feedback on this, and maybe, well, not maybe, I definitely would have taken that under advisement, but I'm comfortable for where we are now, and I am always happy to support our employees to the best that we can while still remaining as very fiscally solvent. There's a lot of districts that are operating in deficits, and that's not something that that we ever want, that I ever want to do. So this to me is not a closed door. There's lots of other ideas that can come forward for that. So, time will tell if this was the right and appropriate decision for the time. But it doesn't mean that we can't meet again and talk it over again should a big need arise. So I'm ready to move forward with this.
Madam Chair. Yeah. Yes, I concur with you, Madam Chair. There's been a considerable caring, concern, and we have a responsibility for efficiency of operation. And I think that's been shown from the governor's office down through the entirety of Marion County. So I'm very much in favor of moving on past this problem that we've had with health and celebrating the success that's come from everybody pitching in. So, thank you.
Thank you, Board Member Browning. Is there any further discussion?
I would just like to say, Madam Chair, that I agree with your sentiments. And while I understand that we may have not a unanimous decision today, if we don't make some kind of decision today, we have nothing. I mean, we don't have a resolution that would even allow the 10 days of uncompensated leave. And so our employees definitely wouldn't have that benefit to them. And so I also concur that I haven't heard a single word from an employee about this, other than the conversation that we had in our board meeting on Tuesday. And I'm convinced that I believe that this is the right move for us right now. And just as you said, it's possible we can go back to the drawing board if we see that something needs to change. And we certainly can do that. But if we don't make movement today, then we won't have anything, because the one we had previously is sunsetting effective last night. And so we have to make a move today in order to offer our employees this benefit. And so I will be voting in favor.
Thank you, Board Member Campbell. Is there any further discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Motion passes 4 votes to 1. Thank you very much. We'll now move on to board committee reports and concerns. And we'll say, good morning, Dr. Gullett. Do you have anything for us today?
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. No, I don't have anything for today. Thank you.
Thank you. Attorney Powers, anything from legal? No, ma'am. Thank you. Board Member Campbell?
I'm good today. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Cummings, thank you. Vice Chair King?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Browning?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you. I don't have anything other than just a reminder that the board member attorney's evaluation is due on November 5th. Some of you have already turned those in. And when you do, please turn them in to Ms. Martinez Lopez, and then she'll go ahead and take those where they need to be. So there being no further business, may I have a motion to adjourn? Moved by Board Member Cummings, seconded by Board Member Campbell. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The motion passes unanimously, and this meeting is adjourned at 8:19 p.m. A.m. We're used to going a lot longer. Thank you so much.